Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, Modern Warfare 2 has been officially revealed. We have the trailer, we have campaign gameplay, and I actually got to play some multiplayer a little bit early. Now, I can't talk about what I played, give my impressions on it, or anything like that. However, what I can do is when things leak, talk about them. And let's be honest, why would I talk about them if I didn't know what was going on with them, if you catch my drift? So in this video, we are going to be talking about a few different things, some of the new mechanics that are going to be in multiplayer, talk about a couple of leaks revolving around movement, and also talk about the beta, because that is something that a leak came out the other day about. It's something I personally don't know about. I don't have a specific day as to when this beta is coming out, but based off of the leaks, we have a specific date, but I don't know if it's right, and we'll dive into that a little bit more once we get to that point. But essentially, what this video is about is everything revolving around multiplayer, new stuff, leaks, the beta, so on and so forth. But before we dive into that stuff, I first have to tell you about today's video sponsor. So today's video is sponsored by Established Titles, and essentially what they have done is made a dream come true of mine that I didn't even know that I had, because as of today, I am officially a lord. And for those of you who don't know, my real name's not Inkslasher, as you can obviously tell. You can be too. You can become a lord or a lady, and it's very, very simple. You go to Established Titles and you can buy yourself a plot of land in Edelston, Scotland. You can buy yourself as small as a 1 by 1 foot area, or if you're a baller, you can get a bigger plot of land. They will then send you a certificate that tells you that you are officially a lord or a lady. Now, what's cool is you can take this and then get that title put on your credit cards, on plane tickets, things like that, so everyone knows just how big of a baller you actually are. Now, your certificate comes with an official plot number, and I've been told that the first 200 of you who actually buy a plot can get it essentially placed right beside mine, so if you want, we can kind of be neighbors. And on top of this, they work with various different charities, and when you buy a plot of land, they actually also plant a tree as well, so it's good for the environment as well. Now, this is something that makes an amazing last-minute gift with Father's Day right around the corner. You might not know what to get your dad. Well, this, your father can become a lord, and hey, if you want to be one too, you might as well go for it while you're at it. If you want to check it out, you can go to the first link down in the description, establishedtitles.com/Inkslasher, and they're running a huge Father's Day sale right now, so you can also get yourself 10% off at checkout if you use code Inkslasher. So if you want to become a lord, you want to become a lady, maybe you want to get it as a gift for someone, first link down below and use code Inkslasher at checkout. And thank you, Established Titles, for sponsoring the video. So as I mentioned earlier, the game has been revealed. Modern Warfare 2 has been revealed with campaign gameplay and everything like that. And at the end of the trailer, it states that if you pre-order the game, you get access to the open beta. However, it does not give a date, which is somewhat rare for Call of Duty. Generally speaking, they kind of tell us when this open beta is going to be. And that was the case until the other day. So essentially a couple of days ago, Modern Warfare 2 went up on Amazon, and it basically said that the beta code will be delivered via email in August. Down in the special product promotions, it says by August 15th, 2022 to unlock early access of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare open beta. This will be sent out on August 15th. If you look at the past of the betas for various different games, the beta codes were sent out 2 days before the beta actually went live, which puts us to August 17th. As far as this goes, the one weird thing about the ad is then down in the description, it says to get access to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare open beta, not the Modern Warfare 2 open beta. Now, I did some digging, and the Modern Warfare 1 beta didn't start until September 12th, and the alpha was on August 19th. I was wondering if they kind of copied and pasted this from Modern Warfare, but it appears as though that's not the case. Even if they did so, it would say open alpha, not open beta. So August 19th was the alpha for that game, and this leads me to believe that this beta, starting on the 17th or 15th, depending what you believe here, seems a little bit early. I would expect this beta to be more so in September, along the lines of what we saw with Modern Warfare 2019. So take it with a grain of salt, but this did go up early, and potentially we could have an open beta in mid-August. My guess is September, but we'll have to wait and see. That is the current leak revolving around this. So moving on, we're actually going to talk about some stuff that is actually in the game, and that is mainly talking about the movement and gameplay of multiplayer. So first things first, I wanted to address the movement. So I talked about this in my multiplayer video, but I wanted to address address it again. Some movement mechanics that are there include the dolphin diving mechanic, so that's a brand new one. Now, sliding is still there. However, the way that it works is if you're running and you hold down the crouch button, you then dolphin dive. If you're running and you tap the crouch button, you then slide. Now, one of the rumors is that there is going to be no slide canceling within this game. Once again, why would I be talking about it if I already have seen the game? Now, I can't address that specifically, but based off of these rumors, that is something that would slow down the movement of the game quite substantially, especially for top tier players. Now, another rumor is that the movement is slightly faster to make up for this. Again, I cannot address that, but if that is the case, you would move, run, tack sprint a little bit faster, therefore negating the idea of slide canceling having to be a thing. Now, keep in mind, everything that I saw early and everything that they talked about early is an early build of the game. So all movement and things along those lines is subject to change. One of the things that I specifically talked to the developers about was making a separate button for dolphin dive that wasn't the same as the sliding so that it wouldn't get confused. Is that something that they will consider? Probably. Will they do it? I have no idea. Aside from this, the two other new movement mechanics include swimming. So swimming is being added into the game. You can shoot your pistol from underwater. They essentially said that this is going to be used as an evasion mechanic. So if you're about to get in a gunfight, you think you're going to lose, you can jump in the water and you won't be able to be seen if you dive down to the bottom. You can readjust and try to re-engage in that next combat. I think this is a pretty cool mechanic. I liked it when it was, I believe, Black Ops 3 that had a lot of this. I used it quite a bit. I'm glad to see it return. It'll be interesting to see how it's used specifically in multiplayer, but they did state that it is going to be in all modes. The other one is a ledge hang. Now, this is a new one. Basically, if you jump up on a ledge, you can kind of peek over it and shoot your pistol over the edge. This is done similarly with ladders as well. And at this point, we don't know how overpowered or how crazy this is actually going to be, but this is all we know of that mechanic. And I can tell you this, it was not in the build that I saw, but they said it was coming to the game. The other thing I wanted to address was the gunsmith. So the gunsmith, as I talked about in my multiplayer video, is not going to have 10 attachments, and it's going to have more than 3. My best guess is 5 attachments, just like Modern Warfare 2019. We also know about the new weapon tree system and how that is going to work. It's interesting. It's a very new system that they're implementing, but it's reminiscent of something that we have already seen, being Gunsmith. It'll be interesting to see how compared to Vanguard, how the customizability. The other thing that they are implementing is the ability to be able to adjust your attachments and those individual stats on attachments. Essentially what this is going to do is make every gun your own in the way that you want it to operate. And I don't know how overpowered or game changing or meta changing that is going to be specifically for Warzone, but it'll be very, very interesting, especially once those attachment changes are actually implemented. The last two things I wanted to talk about are two things that weren't in the game and that they talked about is, first of all, gunfight mode. As of right now, there is no gunfight in the build of this game. Now, does that mean it's not going to be in the game? No, absolutely not. But they did say they wanted to focus their attention on 6v6 maps, so gunfight is most likely not going to be there at launch. The other question that I've received a lot is about Spec Ops or co-op or zombies. Zombies is not in the game, but they did refer to co-op and Spec Ops quite a bit. Now, I have a feeling that that Spec Ops mode is not going to be traditional Spec Ops mode. They were very tight-lipped about this mode, did not talk about it. The only real information that we got was revolving around AI and how that's going to be implemented in the game and how they've been heavily working on that. Now, in which way or how that is going to work, I have no idea, but it's one of the things I'm more looking forward to finding out about this game, especially with those rumors of that DMZ mode. By the way, while we were there was zero mention of a DMZ mode or an Escape from Tarkov mode, so I don't know whether it doesn't exist or they're just being extremely tight-lipped about it, but just to be transparent with you guys, I heard nothing about that. So those are the things I kind of wanted to highlight in revolving around the multiplayer gameplay, beta. If you found the video informative, it's always appreciated if you hit that like button, new to the channel, subscribe, all of that jazz. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars.